And we're on. Howdy
Yep.
do. Now, I have no idea why I'm so dark today, but
That's okay, man. You can be dark. Put some lights on. I got two fill lights, man, that come in and create a nice warm glow.
nice warm glow.
Yeah, nice warm glow.
I had a nice warm glow. Oh, I never mind.
Right there. See that light there on the right? That just a nice glow. Just a nice glow there.
Yeah,
Little light
I
glow.
don't have all that high tech stuff. I got a high tech camera, but I got a cheap ass little.
I share this. This is not mine. These are my lights.
This is my little light I've got here.
See this light right here? This one's on the other camera. I got one of those too. One of these just right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Here, let's get
Can you see me now?
yeah, so we got this. I can do this light here, so we can move to show and tell time here. So you can get the nice glow.
Yeah, the creepy glow.
And you need it like right out here somewhere, just in front, right there.
Hey, well,
There you go. Good pigment.
let's
too
start
much.
with let's
Too
start-
much, not enough. Little, perfect. Okay.
let's say hello to everybody. It's here already. Yellow Rose Lee, howdy. Jim Stroning, Lee McCready, the other Lee, and Waypoint and D Lee. Howdy, folks.
Hey there, fellas.
And
What's happening?
we'll have a few topics of discussion for this evening. I think the first one I'm going to start with is the one that you're going to hate the most.
The one that's going to get me quitting.
The one that you don't like.
Well, let's make it fast.
That involves this thing.
Let's make this part of the show fast.
So apparently the state of Utah decided it's time to register all aircraft, all commercial used aircraft.
Now this is
which includes commercial used unmanned aircraft. So new rule established a registration application process for aircraft that are part of unmanned aircraft systems or advanced air mobility systems that are used for commercial operations described under 14 CFR Part 107 or 135. 107 is commercial drone operation. 135 is for hire.
aircraft for hire.
Meaning, but every aircraft that flies in and out of that, to get down to the nuts and bolts of it, anything under 55 pounds costs $15 to register. Anything over 55 pounds costs $100 to operate, or to register. So, and this is in Nevada now, and I guarantee you it's going to be going through the rest of 49 states within the year. And this is not something that you can scream about because this has already been decided as of last year. Department of Transportation proposed this rule to establish registration free for unmanned aircraft and advanced air mobility system to provide for the administration of the registration fee. This rule is required by Senate Bill, State Bill 24, passed in 2023 general session. So it's already been decided that this is happening. This is just what's happening.
I got to get through this segment. Sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Now, what was that you just said?
You're going in a downright clinical depression, I know. So basically, any aircraft that he flies for commercial purposes and now have a $15 registration attached to it. This is outer freaking bullcrap.
Yep. It's called government overreach. And yeah. And it's definitely it's something to think about. Our state already has enough people that don't know stuff. Now there are going to be a lot of people that don't know stuff doing nothing because there's nobody to enforce that stuff, except for the fact that they're going to go and they're going to look up all the people with Part 107.
I love this section of it right here. Because this is a new rule, the registration process has yet to commence, and the department cannot ascertain how many small businesses this new rule might affect.
Well, since nobody is in compliance anyway, and people are just doing their own crap, especially where I'm at, and I can't, I've never heard of a person in this area actually being affected. That includes people that do it commercially. I'm probably one of the only people that's somewhat compliant in this whole area.
Yeah.
And there's a few of us. There's a few of us around.
Yeah.
But,
well, I'm
there's
going to bring up something else to that effect here in a minute, but this is just absolute freaking bullcrap. And Brent Eat More Possum sent that to us, and originally thought hobby was included in this too, but hobby is not included in this thing.
No.
This is only for commercial drones. But I mean, think, how many drones get reviewed a year, and each one's now going to have a $15 bill attached to it to register the damn thing.
No, you got, they're $5 because you got to use the federal government gets $5 too.
Yeah. Well, now it's got another 15 attached to it.
Right. So,
well, you can go sub 250, except when you 107, sub 250 does not apply. Dewey, if you fly 107 to 250, sub 250 exemption does not apply. If you fly in the 107, any weight is falls on a registration and all that shit. Is there any fine print like that will take you out if caught? Yeah, you'll be meeting Karen. They're gonna send Karen after you. So, but you talk about compliance and YouTube and all that stuff. Have you heard about the guy, Colorado Springs to Denver in 20 minutes? That?
I have not. I have not.
Okay. Guy on a motorcycle made it from Colorado Springs to Denver in 20 minutes. He was on a motorcycle. His speed was in excess of 170 miles an hour at times. He was splitting lanes, taking shoulders, zipping through. I mean, just driving like a freaking maniac.
So this is not a story or a joke. It's an actual truth.
This is an actual posted on YouTube video.
20 minutes. Holy
20 minutes from Colorado Springs to Denver. He now has felony warrants out for his arrest. He's from Texas. But he decided to drive up to Colorado Springs to pull this stunt, and now he's he posts on YouTube, and now that YouTube video is getting used against him, and that's pretty much what's going to happen. Was everything that appears on YouTube? They're going to use it in some shape, form, or fashion.
I put in a question for the crew here. That reminded me of a movie that I saw back in the day. Anybody ever see the movie Vanishing Point? Vanishing Point, it goes back to like 1972 or 71, somewhere around there. And there was a guy that was running, he was running pills. No, what was he doing? He was carrying something, but he was driving a 1969 or a 1970 Dodge Challenger or Charger. And that was what sold that car, the white Dodge Charger. So this guy was driving, anybody remember that movie? Anyway, just if you're old enough, if you're older than, if you're my age at least, you should have seen that movie. Charger, thank you, there, Jim. And good, somebody's there that knows that. It's a Dodge Charger, not the Challenger. So, yeah. Anyway, so
Well,
that's what it reminds me of. That's what the guy was. He was driving cross country though, on like I-80 or something. Or no, probably 66, Route 66. Wow. So felony warrants. That's what this guy was out running cops, and he was just burning people with this supercharged 400 cubic inch engine. 19. What a great car.
yeah. Now this guy did it on motorcycle,
Damn.
and I uploaded a video to YouTube. It went viral, and it very quickly got the attention of the authorities. And now he's got felony warrants out for his arrest. I mean,
He made it though. But our character in Vanishing Point didn't.
yeah.
We set up a roadblock.
He made it, but I mean, let's not even get into the legality of things, or no, cool or not cool or whatever. I used to ride bikes myself. I was not one of the slow guys either, but you know, there is such a thing as too excessive. I had a friend in Germany that parked his bike in the back seat of a car. He was going down the road and somebody just backed out of the driveway, not paying attention, and his bike ended up in the back seat of that car. He lived because he had the proper gear. A lot of other normal riders would not have survived that because they wouldn't have had the $10,000 suit that this guy had.
Yeah. That's crazy that you'd even, but there's people that are just like that. I actually have knowledge of a person that got in a police chase. This was a person that was a thrill seeker. They regularly drove fast. Everything they did, they souped up everything, every car, every machine that this person owned, and eventually, motorcycle. This is a motorcycle story. They were chased by the police, and they decided, here we go, and they tried to outrun them and ran to a tree.
Yep.
Well, lost control, and obviously something big, something that wouldn't, the immovable object. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sad.
Well, my point is just, the authorities are catching on to YouTube to nail people, and
Yep.
we're grown people tend to put our stuff up on YouTube, and
Yep.
even though the FAA at this point is not using it against you or shifting, allegedly not shifting through YouTube footage to find infractions, but that's going to change. So anyhow, so yeah, good luck with that there, Chris. Shall we start passing the hat so you can pay your registrations?
No, I think eventually it's going, everything that comes down, is going to eventually turn into some kind of result. There's going to be something resolved, as a result of all of this stuff that's happening. I'm a pretty reasonably uh, uh, level-headed person when it comes to stuff, and eventually every good thing comes to an end, and that's kind of what happens. And that's okay, man. I'm ready for everything to end at any time. I'm ready to go. So, and that's too bad, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So,
Lee, you don't even, just the mere fact that you're posting will be used against you.
yeah, I
Because
just
under that state law, he has to register any 107, any
right,
aircraft he flies under 107.
right. You get into the 107 aircraft thing. You get into you just more reviewers are going to have to people that do reviews are going to have to fudge more of their review material, and that's eventually what's going to happen. You're going to have to do things to comply with the law and thus changing your review. And, everybody's going to be like, I don't even want to say names. It's going to be like the guy that sits there and rattles off the specs.
Yep.
Done. There's your review.
Yep.
I mean, even somebody like Burns, Nick Burns, he's technically, well, he's underweight, but he's still not putting. Is he in Canada? Is Burns in Canada?
Nope.
He's basically flying illegally. When RID hits the there's no exemption for flying in your yard.
Nope. There's
You
no
know,
exemption flying in the yard.
which is absolutely ridiculous. So, and then is he going to register his 15, 20, 2-inch quads? He's not going to do that. That sucks for him. I mean, he's got a great channel, so
Yep. And what
he's
he
got,
does falls squarely on the 107. And
I'm
if he's
looking at
flying in the house, it doesn't matter. If he only flies in the house, it doesn't matter.
right. Right.
If he
Exactly.
flies in his backyard, that's where the trouble be.
That's ridiculous, and I love how he flies. I mean, why should what he does be even under scrutiny? Zero, no scrutiny. I mean, he mostly flies below the treetops,
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
Even when he flies, down his freaking chimney, the trees are higher around his freaking house. It's nuts. It's absolute nuts. And I think he's going to be one of those people that just ignores it. And I believe he will. And I don't think he's going to be bugged. I think they'll leave him alone. But that's a guess. So, and I don't know what state he's in. He looks like he's in like North Carolina, like the Carolinas or something. Just look at the weather that he's getting and when his trees turn and all that. He seems like he's in
I thought he was up in Minnesota or something.
no, you think so? I grew up in Minnesota, man. It's that I guess he could have had good weather for a long period. I guess it could be. Michigan, maybe? You think he's a Michigan guy?
Possible.
But that's still too cold. I don't know. So he's not he's still doing reviews, but I didn't see any winter weather. Like I didn't see snow or anyway. But yeah. Like you said, all good things will eventually come to an end when it or transition, and
Yep.
I've been looking to transition what I do, but I'm not finding anything that I like more than, flying little electronic birds around. I dig it.
Well, we could always, go to 400 AGL route and just switch over to trucks and crawlers.
No, I'm not driving AT or not going there. I'm not even interested in that. I'm not even.
I don't know. I mean, a freaking fully remote control track or something, that would be interesting.
No, not even interested. I like ships and boats too, and I wouldn't even do that. I thought about owning a remote control submarine. I thought that would be kind of fun, but nothing like flying. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not to me.
Boat is an acronym, right? Bust out another 1,000.
Yeah, I'm not even. People are that is such a small interest market. It is so little. It is so tiny. Talk about. I mean, you go from FPV to boats. I mean, that's literally death on a. I'm not ready.
I just brought up AGL because he now has a stream on Wednesdays called Workbench.
Ah,
I need to start copyrighting shit.
it's all good, man. It's all good. If I gave away any more ideas and I see more things that I've done, I mean, obviously we're all doing things that we may have seen, or I mean, I'm not saying that anything I've done is original, but where I fly and what I do is totally original. Nobody else does it.
Yeah,
because they can't. Except, unless you're flying the Pyrenees, or the Alps. And if I lived there, I'd fly those too. RC Shem would have to freaking watch out, man. I'd be freaking flying next to him. Actually, I'd probably get
here's your challenge. Fly to Appalachian.
the Appalachians.
Mm-hmm. See how far you get before you get shut down.
I do RC boats. Yeah,
somebody's gonna step out with a freaking shotgun and shoot your ass down.
Yeah, I like flying things, and if I'm not able to fly things and it gets too expensive to fly things and it gets too risky or too much, too regulated to fly things, I'm going to stop flying things and I'm going to put my energy towards something else. But
or you do the review, and as you flying over the tree canopy, you go like, "Oh, there's Bubba Joe still." Moonshine.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm spotting moonshiners. I'm not flying drones, man. I'm working for you guys, man. I'm doing stuff for you, man. Come on.
So,
but yeah, I'm not going to gloom and doom the stream. It's not. I'm going to keep flying.
No, I just want to put that out there that shit is out there.
Yeah, and, no. When Brent shared that, I was really, come on, another freaking $15. What else do you want from me?
Soon to come to your state. I wish the FAA would just put down the hammer and say no state can charge another registration fee on top of ours. Well, that's what the FAA needs to do.
We talked about that. How can a state regulate something that's already regulated?
Yeah.
So,
and I think we have to let the deep pockets get in the lawsuit on that. I mean, now that they have numbers to go with that, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to sue on this and get this thing vacated, hopefully.
I'm pretty resilient. I'll keep doing things.
If every aircraft has to be registered in every state and they all have to have a little sticker on the airplane to prove the registration, what are these aircraft going to look like? They're gonna look like Kelly's laptop, with the gazillion stickers on the backside of it.
Yep. Gonna look like the back of a freaking van life person.
Yeah. So anyhow.
Yeah, no, I think I definitely need to be talked about. I don't think anybody understands the depth that the length that a state is willing to go to get more tax revenue.
Yeah.
If it's something new and we can tax it, that's really a tax. It's not meant to be a regulatory. It's meant completely to be monetary. It's a money grab. Nobody cares in this state that I live in about what the hell you're doing, except for a couple of Karens, and they're not even those people that bug you aren't even from here. They came from another state.
And here's the thing, they say, well, you get a registration number to affix to your craft. Well, I already have a federal registration number. Why do I need a state?
And
yeah, and it would be an extra $15 for every state you fly in, because it's a state fee. So if you fly, if you live in the Four Corners there, Utah, what's that? Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico.
yeah,
I mean, there's $60. Fly one circle through all 4 states. $60. Cha-ching.
If I drive just 30 minutes.
Oh wait, no, that whole area is Indian Nation. They don't let you fly there.
If I drive 30 minutes to the south of me, I am I'm already in Arizona. If I drive 40 minutes to the east of me, I'm in Nevada. That's how close to the borders I am of those 2 states.
Yeah.
So I'm like I go, if I want to go jump in and pull a slot machine handle, I mean, it's down the road. If I want to go and be left alone where nobody's going to bug me, I'll go south. I'll go what they call it it's called the Strip, the Arizona Strip. And yeah, there's already people that camp there. There's the houses of the town that I live in are up to the edge of the Arizona line. And then people just drive out in the desert right there. It's just like, just go off road and you're in Arizona. Now the Utah, fuzz can't bug you, and then you're in Utah law or Arizona law, sorry. And there's like 2 Arizona cops in this whole area. That they basically service about 30 miles of I-15 highway, and that's it. That's all they do. The 15 miles, the corner of Arizona that you have to drive to go to Vegas. So, anyways, I could go to Arizona and fly. I could do that. I could pull. That would be fun because it's not a long drive. And I'd say, hey, I'm flying my Utah. Taking my Utah butt to Arizona so nobody bugs me. You can't get any law passed in Arizona. Arizona is like nobody agrees on anything. It's a state just totally. I mean, they can't even deal with what's going on the south of the border there. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, that's enough of that. All right, I'm done. I'm not talking about that. We're done. You got how much of my life did you basically get to take from there?
How much of your life?
Yeah, that was life that I need to live, man. That you just robbed me of. Oh,
yeah.
Acarisho's in the house.
Watch out.
Talk about somebody's going to turn you in.
Say about him. And I see Taxard Strum guys here. Bob Casey popped in here, and in the meantime, who else popped in here?
Thumbs up, guys.
Yeah, if we could get a thumbs up, that would be awesome.
Did you notice the thumb that was? I got bubbles going up again.
You got bubbles going.
Yep, bubbles. Bubbles.
You have bubbles going on. That means you had too many beans for lunch. So, anyhow, change the subject.
You sure we're done with that one?
Something that's more near your heart. Because we have a working drone again. See, you can't shake it, nothing falls off.
Look at
And
those
here,
antennas.
just for you, a special touch.
Look at the antennas. Oh, you got those. Those are cool, man. He printed out the little feet.
I printed you out some feet.
Thank you. That looks great.
So
It's got to have little
yeah,
feet,
it
man.
finally has the antennas on the ass end as they should have been all along.
Look at that.
And
That's
these are pretty
that's a
tall
proper.
antennas too.
That's a proper drone now. That's a proper quad. That's a 6-inch.
That's a long range.
That's a 6-inch that says, "Hey, I'm going
Take me
places.
places.
I'm taking you places, man."
Got the camera nice and protected in the front now. Got little ELRS antenna below. ELRS receiver sitting right on top of your air unit.
I got an 1800 battery sitting on my freaking desk, waiting to freaking shove into that thing.
You got a
Bam.
new connector. I cut off your leads a little bit to eliminate the bat spot.
That thing was in some
And
bad condition.
a brand new GPS unit since yours was DOA.
Yeah, I had a brand new GPS that I bought. I probably
Yeah.
got it from somebody that freaking got hosed.
And your Bluetooth interface, I double stick tape back here.
The motor spin the right way?
Pardon?
The motor spin the right way?
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh.
I wouldn't think. I
With the
would not
Bluetooth,
think this would be an issue.
well, with the Bluetooth, you can switch the motors right in the field, man. I love that.
Yep.
You can get that puppy ready to fly.
But yeah, she is. The only thing we need to do now is upgrade this thing to 4.5, so you get the full GPS.
Gonna flash the freaking Blue Jay in there?
I have to see if that's a 32 or BLHS.
Oh. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
BLHE 32, then it's not getting flashed.
Oh man.
So, and then for this to go on the back of your radio, nice 1000 milliwatt ELRS transmitter. Easy to update, easy to work with. Just
We're gonna
sweet.
freaking go. We're gonna reach out and touch some spots, man. I can see some cliffs being freaking dove around here.
So
You know where that puppy's going. As soon as that'll be once I get that everything figured out, I hope that we can get the 4.5 in there so I can have return to freaking.
yeah, I want to have a look see at your GEP-RC domain,
Yeah.
a beta flight configuration. And because you said it's 4.5 in there, but they don't have a 4.5. They only have a release candidate out at this point.
I don't. Yeah, maybe it's only 4.4, but it's functioning like everything that you've seen on, as far as return to home. This thing flies home, and when it lands, it goes. It has right at the very end. It soft lands. This thing does not just drop out of the sky and land. This thing. I mean, I'll do a video. I think I flew it yesterday, not yesterday. It was day before yesterday, and it just sits, man. It's awesome. Freaking love that.
So
That's
we need to take a look at the beta flight configuration on that thing to see what it is they did.
Look at
and see if we can replicate some similar to that for your Mr. Crop.
But yeah, that thing, it's amazing what the FPV things are doing now with beta flight. I did get Kai 2. Kai 2 does the GPS was working good. I did do a GPS test the other day. What I did was I flew Kai 2, I landed, and then I rearmed it just to make sure that it was going to get the GPS location from home. Got it up, everything was good, and I went out, tested it, came right home. I didn't let it go full landing though.
Well,
I didn't go there.
on an older release of beta flight on that one too. So
Yeah, I'm just saying that everything was working good. I just want to make sure it comes back, and we're good there.
yeah, that flight controller that we had for that thing originally drove me up the freaking walls.
Yep, she's happy. She's happy as a clam. She is happy. I still get vibrations though on the camera. It's just, and it, you know what, the camera on the domain is hard mounted. It doesn't even seem like there's any shock absorption like on the Kai 2. And I think that there could be, you know, when those the O3s were first released, they talked about camera having a loose, you know, the lens is loose in there. I might take it apart and make sure that the camera lens is not loose in there. But they talked about that. It could be a possibility. You just got to decase the camera and just look and just check. But I'm not too concerned about that. I actually did see some footage that came from the new thumb that I was pretty much impressed with.
For those that don't know, the thumb is like $100 camera.
Yeah, but I was impressed with the, you know, footage with that.
Hold it. Sergio is here. Sergio flies on FPV.
Hey,
Howdy,
Sergio.
Is your brother in here too? Oh, you're gonna love this. Did you read this?
What's that?
Jim just got a Vada back from repair. Careful flipping over frozen ground. $250 lesson. The Avada might have goggles, but it's not an FPV quad in the traditional ways. It is FPV flown, but it's not acting like an FPV quad. And we've had a discussion about flight characteristics of the Avada and this whole discussion about 3-bladed and 4-bladed and 5-bladed props.
Right. Guys, I just did another video confirming the fact that the Avada is what it is. I mean, I went and I made sure I flew hard before I flew the Avada. I flew really hard with a bunch of drones just to make sure that I got my, you know, my flying, just I was warmed up. Okay. So then I took the Avada. I'm like, I'm going to fly the crap out of this. I crashed it so many times. It has no ability to recover from anything, no matter what the frick props you put on it. So, you know, people that put up footage saying, you know, the video that's pissing me off is the guy that put up, I made the Avada 10 times better. And what did you do? Completely, you put the Axis Fly system on it, then it'll be 10 times better. That's the only way you could do it. You got to change out the motors.
You got to change out the motors. And you got to change out the props because
you got to have bigger props. It's just not.
What size is the battery on a Nevada?
It's let me look. I'd have to look it up. It'd be easier to look it up. I could look at the battery, but I'm blind. I'm blind. I'm not gonna look at the battery. Here, while you're yeah. Let's see. While you guys are looking at the battery here, check this out. When you guys are looking at battery specs, can you put this video up here? There you go. Check. There you go. That's not the Avata because it's flying too good. Look at that. That's Skep RC right there. That's the domain. Buzzing the field, man. That thing freaking flies like a friggin' like a.
Oh, there's your favorite cottonwood tree right there.
Yeah, that freaking thing flies so nice. Just hauling butt. Ooh. But
I enjoy flying my 4-inchers.
See, go around that school like that. Look at that, low and slow. That's all DJI penetration all the way through that freaking building. Freaking nothing breaking up. Boom. So that thing just freaking, there's a guy golfing down there. He's freaking hitting golf balls, and there's a couple little kids there. So I'm trying to fly around everything, and they're yelling, "Yay!" Having a good old time. But I was hoping the guy would hit a golf ball at me so I could see the golf ball. He's like, what's the odds of me hitting your drone with a golf ball? I'm like, I don't know, just swing at it. 0. So, but I mean, see the recovery on that? That's what a proper quad will do. It'll recover. You cannot do any of that shit with the freaking Avata. You can't. I'll show you. I can show you a Avata flight in a second, but it's not. It's garbage. Anybody that flies a 5-inch knows the secret. Okay, so it's.
The thing is, what I was getting at was the battery on the Avata. It's 2420 milliamp hour, 14.8 volt, which makes it roughly a 4S battery. Who would fly and not even 3-inch was a 2400 mAh 4S battery?
Right.
That is way too much weight.
And what are the motors?
Motors are pardon?
The motors on that thing are teeny.
Yeah. No, the battery alone weighs 162 grams.
Yeah, freaking it's a brick. It's a flying freaking brick.
Now, what size battery what's your 3-inch diatone? That's a 4S.
I fly that one with 700s, 4S 700. And it weighs nothing. 850s, you can fly 4S 850s with that.
Okay. 850 an 850 4S battery is about 100 grams.
Right. And with a 3S quad, I mean, you can do anything you want. I mean, you can punch it to 150 feet and go upside down and go inverted, and you got like 3 seconds to recover from a bad, a stall. You can go flip it around and then freaking pull out. This thing has no stall capability whatsoever. I mean,
so here's a 4S battery, but that's high voltage. That's 89 grams. So say 100 grams for a 4S battery on a 3-inch. And I mean, that's 60 grams difference. That's more than 50% less than. So yeah.
Just your flight, the flight characteristics.
The weight of the Avata is working against it. So hopefully for the next iteration of the Avata, for the Avata 2, they're going to a 3.5, if not a 4-inch prop. Maybe even a 5-inch. Because for that size battery, you should fly on a 5-inch.
This is Avata footage. And it's just, you can just tell everything is more sluggish. And you see that, how you can't fully get around. I mean, some of that's, I actually did a little bit of tuning did a little bit of rate stuff on this controller too, which makes it hard too. But everything's slow. You can't get any punch. you know, that's just garbage. There's no flow. It's not made for that, you know. And I had to stabilize the video because it'd be garbage anyway. It'd be garbage if I, so it's just, you know, that's what.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Avata.
Oh, I love the Avata.
I'm
Watch
not
this.
hating
Check
on
this out.
Avata.
You like this? That's the Avata in a net.
So the Avata is a nice drone for a beginner that wants to get in the FPV. I mean, it's plug and play. You don't have to deal with any configurations. You don't have to learn Betaflight or HTX or Express LRS or any of that. You just plug it in and it works, and it works well.
He was just asking me about rates. Go if you want to check out the rates.
Didn't you release a video on your rates?
Yeah, I'm just going to show you really quick. So you can go there if you want, but Avata rates, dead random. I got right here. This is my turtle mode rates video. So if you want to show a little bit of that, I'll just take the sound off. But I'll go to I'll show you where it shows my rates that I've got in here. Let's change it over. Hold on here. We just stop sharing that. But this is what I have for the rates. If you're looking at that, let me see, share screen. This is one of the things that right there. So that's the way I've got my rates on the Avata. Center sensitivity 160. The roll I moved up to 800. I would actually even move it up a little bit more than 800. Pitch is 7 lower, and then yaw is 800. And my expo is at 65 all the way down. So that's what that to me was pretty good. But I'm flying with it now, and I'm used to the rates now on Kai's controller. So Kai gave me an X-Lay controller. It's a little quicker, and I actually like the quicker rates. So they're just different.
Well, what you use, what you're using now is the Betaflight rates.
Yeah. So those are
which is completely different to what you've got here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm using in there, and then I show you what it's like to fly with those different rates. I think that was. It's been a while since I've seen.
Post the link of that video into the chat so folks can.
Yeah. So this one is. Let's copy that. Anyway, yeah. If you're interested, let's see. But that's that video there. So, yeah, and you change as a flyer too. That's a long time ago. I mean, I practice a lot more. I fly more. I fly faster now than that. I mean, the Avata has I like turtle mode in Avata. You can, flip it over nice. And it does not come out of the net. If you fly it into a volleyball net, it cannot turtle mode out of that. I figured that out this week.
Well, so again, I'm not hating on Avata. If you have it and you're happy with that, more power to you. I prefer this guy.
Oh yeah, what's that? That a 3.5? That your 3.5?
This is the 3.5 axis flying.
That's the proper bird. You stick a freaking 03 in that puppy. Well, you don't have to because you got the Action 2 on there, so that's better than an 03.
Yeah. Well, which gives me a nice segue into the next little topic.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Because there seems to be a lot of discussion, when to use what camera. And I get it, the 03 air unit records in 4K. Why would you use it on a quad that shows the props? I mean, would not be
stupid
traditional footage to show in a video was the props in view. Could you crop the props out of you? Absolutely. Are you going to have enough left to make a decent 4K video out of it? I don't know. I'd have to trust your judgment on that because you actually have the 04 and the 03 unit. I don't. But my train of thought is if you have a dead cat frame, I'm going to go over here.
Maybe that's another thing I need to do, Kai, is I've never, I guess, Mr. Croc, how close to a dead cat? It's a dead cat, right?
Mr. Croc is not really a dead cat.
It's
Mr. Croc is more like
an
X frame.
Yeah, it flies different. When you're flying Mr. Croc, it has a different, it's very, very, very maneuverable and it's very well balanced. And with a dead cat, it's not.
Well, I'm looking here at Flyfish RC, and I'm going to circle back to something I'm looking at with them. But here is a dead cat frame right here. The Atlas 4. This is kind of cool, actually.
$36, man. That's a freaking good price for a 4-inch frame, man.
How much does it weigh? 55 grams was all TPU parts. That's a little more than I like, but this could be doable.
Good, solid, old school frame.
So, yeah, there's some there. But here's the dead cat frame, and then yes, stick a 03 unit or Walksnail 4K or whatever the hell they call it now, the HD Pro, whatever. No, Moonlight.
Yeah.
So you either stick an 03 in there or a Moonlight, and you have your full 4K recording, no props in view, and now you stay sub 250. And you have what you want as a hobbyist. Okay, you stay under 250 with that, and you just have a jolly good time.
Yeah, standard 250.
Why would you use? Here's an X frame. This absolutely going to have props in view. Now, would you go through the expense to stick an 03 or Moonlight unit in it? Or would you use an old cheap, jolly old Vista or Link or whatever they call it these days? Okay, it's RunCam Link or CADX Vista. So, and both of them are the same thing, and everybody still calls them Vista. So, do we stick a Vista in here, or do we keep it analog, or what do we do? And I'm leaning more toward the Vista unit. You still have the good digital feed. You see everything. Yes, you have props in view, but I mean, you pop a Action 2 on top of that, or whatever your preferred action camera is, and you fly with it. I don't think this one's going to be. This frame alone weighs 127 grams. You're never going to get that sub 250. So that's not happening.
No, you're going to have a lightweight frame like AOS frame.
Yeah, well, Flyfish here come out with this Tony 5, which is a lightweight 5-inch frame.
Yeah, see, it's got the slender,
It's got the thinner arms, and this is not, your Bando basher, obviously. It's not going to take well to crashes. But I mean, it's an X frame, so it's going to have props in view. And then, you're back to that whole discussion. What are you doing? Now, why do you build this thing sub 250 was a 4K camera on it and have the props in view?
Yeah, it's you either go analog like most people do and then throw a GoPro. That's always the best deal. Or if you already got your DJI gear, you get one of those cameras I got up there where I got that page we were looking at earlier up. You just wanted to, when you got, yeah, because those are the T-mount motors, and then it's got with the
Well, this is a whole kit. So this has the frame, the
2004s, yeah.
motors, and includes the frame, the motors, and the props.
Hey, Sean, how you doing? Sean in the house.
This is a cute little kit, and you can absolutely build it up to 50. And I'm kind of eyeing that, but now that I saw that Atlas there was
that thing's going to fly really quiet. I would rather have the three bladed props. I'm not. You're still going to get 8 or 9 minutes with efficiency out of that lighter frame. So you're going to get a nice long flight time. I mean, on the Domain, with a freaking big battery, I can get definitely 8 minutes out of it. 8, 6, 7 or 8 minutes. If I just fly it nice and I don't do anything, I don't punch it or anything.
This could very well be my next project, and I wouldn't even bother putting the damn camera on.
So you're going to use the 20. Let's see. Is that the same motors, the 2004?
No, these are 1804 motors.
Oh.
1804 motors, 2450 kV for 6S.
Yeah, so you can go 6S. Yeah.
And then just the good lightweight batteries, and I've got those 6S 550s from others up to 50 built. So
when you put 6S on, you just get a lot more efficiency. If you don't hammer 6S, you can fly a lot. You can fly a long ways. It's all about how hard you hammer it, but the 6S holds a lot of energy, especially with the smaller motors. And if you need to, it's kind of like the Kai 2. If you need it, you can get 250 feet.
Punch it and get after it.
Yeah, you can. Here's a good example. I was maneuvering around that volleyball net because it's a really good skill to learn. Okay, to be able to control it vertically. Okay, so to get underneath and then punch. Okay, so with the smaller motors, with the Avata, the heavy craft with not a lot of punch, you lose so much maneuverability. And but with a lightweight, overpowered quad like you're going to build, say I get where I want to just bail out of that, I'm like, oh man, I'm a little bit too high. Now I can just tap the throttle and bam, I'm 50 feet over it already. I mean, that's why the Bando guys like the overpowered. They have that sweet spot where they have complete control.
We'll add those pictures back in for that 4-inch frame. I got some close-ups here, and there's still a lot of weight you can save right here.
Right, without the
this goes away. Drop the GPS.
Right, you don't need that.
Don't need that. You could even do away with all of this here and just come up with a simple antenna holder, single antenna holder back there, and
you don't need the
weight there.
You don't need the XT60. Are you going to XT30 that one?
That's an XT30.
Yeah. So you don't need that. You can just leave the wire. So that takes that weight out.
So this is absolutely something you can easily build.
So which walk snail, what are you going to put on there? The Moonlight?
I don't know if I'll stick the Moonlight in there.
Why not? I want to see the Moonlight, man. I want to see the Moonlight fly.
The Moonlight hadn't arrived in the States yet.
Let me tell you, Cadex, once again, you guys are freaking screwing yourself. Advertising something,
Are
making it
the
some.
front arms longer than back arms? No, they're not. Actually, if anything, the back arms are longer than the front arms.
You got a pro unit?
I have a pro unit.
I'll put a pro unit. That'd be a great, that nice light pro unit in there. There you go. That would look cool with the pro unit. That would be fun to see too. That would be worthwhile of having because you got you got your props out of view. You got your lightweight.
Because I'm trying to find a new purpose for the guts on this one, because this frame, I mean, there's no way to get this up to 50.
Yeah, it's too heavy. Yeah. There you go. You got your frame right there. What size is that frame?
This is a 3.5 inch H frame.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't work. Let me make myself big here, because you see how far that camera sticks out in the front.
Yeah. That's yeah. Well, you do have a protector on it.
Yeah. But yeah, I might have to. I was thinking about cannibalizing this thing anyway, because I'm not flying it really, because it's too heavy.
Yep, we're all kind of getting weight. I think I'm getting more and more that way. I'm getting more and more weight conscious. Just because I like.
I think for you, the Kai 2 or the LR 5.5 was a bit, LR 5,
Yeah,
whatever that thing is called, AOS LR 5, was a bit of an eye opener.
yeah. The frame was not conducive to working on to putting different things in it. It was too unique. And I think everybody that builds understands that unique is not necessarily better. So
Yeah. So we'll knock a couple. We'll probably knock this down to 50 grams for the frame when you take all this extra crap off. And myself, I probably wouldn't even use those TPU arm protectors on the ends. I probably don't even use those.
the thing I like about the TPU arm protectors is when I set the drone down on like my nice desks and tables, it doesn't scratch on the top. It's just nice. I don't like that. I don't like, the itchy scratchy.
Well, they got these things.
The foam, put some foam on it.
They call no.
Oh, the rubber.
Desk mats. This one is a nice little neoprene.
Well, you could put rubber. You could put rubber feet on it.
You put rubber feet on it, you're talking more weight.
Oh, come on, rubber feet.
We don't want to put any more weight on it than what we have to.
Sean, we're not gonna go New Year's resolution here. That's my New Year's resolution is to.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't even have one.
Don't. What was that? Don't smoke. Don't drink. Don't kiss. God damn it! Forgot my cigarettes at the bar again.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's all right.
Cooking.
Anyhow,
cooking's going on downstairs.
There's some to contemplate.
Yeah, Sean. No, spandex was not made for human consumption. It should have never been made.
Well, you never had the pleasure of driving in Austin on the weekends, early in the morning, when you get all these people. Let's call them people on bicycles on the side of a major thoroughfare the Capital Texas Highway or Loop 360 or whatever you want to call it, or 620, where you get all these guys on their bicycles riding on the shoulder. And let me tell you, spandex is not your friend when you're riding a bicycle. Okay? And this is generalized here, Jim. Spandex for girls. Be careful what you wish for, brother. So let's just leave it at that. Yeah, I used to go when I was actively scuba diving. I drove up to Lake Travis a lot to dive up there, and then in the mornings you see all these people on bicycles trying to ride off their 5 days of junk food and bad decisions. Sean, you didn't derail anything. This thing, if you are a regular to our show, we derail on a regular basis.
Well, we derail ourselves. Talking about spandex. I don't even.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, okay. See, there's a difference between a wetsuit and spandex. A wetsuit will at least pull things in and keep things flat. Spandex, yeah. Jiggling just shows every. Yeah. There was a day where I could actually wear that back in the day when it first came out, and I never liked it.
30 years ago, we could pull off spandex. Nowadays, not so much.
That's
okay. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
let's get back to our topic on hand.
Back it up.
What are you looking at? Let's see. What are you looking at?
Cinewhoops again. Stop. He's watching me. He's watching me look at Cinewhoops again. Because you said
here we go again.
I can't stop. Guys, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Cinewhoops.
Okay. Let's back up for a second. Remember you had that GEP RC rocket?
Yeah, I do.
It had prop guards on it.
I know, it's a Cinewhoop.
And what's the first thing you took off of it?
the prop guards.
And what was the second step you did?
I added bigger props.
So you bought a 2-inch Cinewhoop, took the prop guards off it, and then you put bigger props on it because the 2-inch prop didn't do worth a crap.
Did we end up with 2.5? I ended up with Emax props.
2.3.
The Emax props worked really good. That thing ripped with the
They're 2.3-inch props. Uncle Bill, good evening, sir.
I still wish I had that. That's one of those mistakes. You sell it, and you're like, it had a full-size air unit in it, and it was a nice little flyer. You could freaking just rip that thing around.
You want to talk 2-inch was a full air unit in it. Here we go. This is actually a 2.5-inch.
Yeah.
And yes, I do have, there are prop guards available for this thing.
What's that one again you got there?
This is the Beetle.
The Beetle, yeah. I remember the
Transtac Beetle. No longer being made. Rest in peace. Yeah. But this was the quad that started it all for me.
Does that have a full-size air unit in it, or is that a Vista?
This thing has a full-size air unit in it.
That thing is so heavy. That is such a heavy thing to throw in a small quad, and that's where DJI went wrong with that. They didn't think of weight at all. Then they just built their air unit, and then they just threw it and stuff, and then prayed.
Okay, 2.5 inch with a full air unit, and it weighs 146.5 grams. So you put your your 4S 850 battery on it, you're right at 250 grams.
Yeah.
But this is a 2.5 inch and not a 2 inch.
Well, you keep harping on me saying that I need to have a 2.5 inch because then you can fly 4S.
What you already own the fucking batteries for. Pardon my French, but
No, I'm there. I'm thinking about that. You want to see my my cart for
oh
for
god,
Pyrodrone right now? I got like 10
do I
items.
want to see your cart for Pyrodrone right
Look at that.
now?
I got like 10 items in there, including 3 CNHL 1100 batteries.
What do you need 1,100 batteries for?
1100 to fly. I like fly 6 for my XT60s. Anything to fly the domain. It's freaking. The battery I got for the domain is too heavy.
You need to refresh that page or something. That's not showing.
Yeah, it does that. It goes to my PayPal because it wants me to spend money, and I refuse. It's a Chinese conspiracy right there. Every time I go to Pyrodrone and open up my cart, it goes right to PayPal. It goes, okay, that's enough looking. I have a bunch of props in there too, a bunch of different colored props and stuff. I didn't buy anything. It's just a wish list of stuff that I'm not going to buy because I'm waiting for DJI to come out with their next stupid ass thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got to stop looking at Flywoo because I don't buy
My thing is, if you're going to use an O3 unit, Moonlight, the old school air unit, you want to stay 2.5 inch or more.
Yeah, so here's a 2S right here. You said you're going to take that, and I was going to throw. See, right here is a fly lens 75.
Yep.
And we could take that Vista and throw it in there.
Yeah. Will this allow for a 14 by 14 or a 20 by 20 camera? What does it say?
The O3 Lite version. Let's see.
It's O3 air unit, so that's full size camera.
Yeah.
But we can make a adapter for a nano camera.
And I can go smaller than that if you want me to. I can get the Dark Star, which is smaller, but I still think the adapter is still for full size.
So this is 2S and 2-inch props.
Yeah, 2S and the ELRS. I think I can. Yeah, so this comes with the ELRS built into the receiver.
That's probably SPI.
Let's see. Let's say
Let me.
This is 1 or the 85. I can go to the 85 millimeter, and there's the 85 with the Wasp. Here's the 25. That's the dolly fly. Here's all the frames right here. Frames that are ready to go, like Dark Star right here. Let's see. Dark Star 20 right there. No camera. Cinewhoop drone. Choose receiver. And get it with the receiver. Because the HD Wasp version is $269. I mean, that's cheap as freaking hell. I mean, but it's going to be, say you put the ELRS in there, and it's still, I think it doesn't say that they're $269 for that. That's the let's see, SpeedX paired with HQ props. I'm looking for the Run Can Wasp without right there. Let's see, Betaflight, STM, Taker, SpeedX. Let's see, I'm looking for the Integrated ELRS. Yeah. So that's, but anyway, like I said, I waste everybody's time on every stream looking at the same thing. I'm worse than a kid in the freaking toy store right now. So they charge too much for those. That well, the thing is okay. You think about what the drone is $100, the VTX is $120. That's and then you got to buy batteries. 169, 170. I mean, there's no profit margin in that freaking hardly. It's all plastic. That's all plastic frame. So you break it, you're going to buy new frames. That's what they're hoping, that you just keep breaking frames. Kind of like when the rocket came out.
Oh, that rocket at least had carbon fiber. This thing on the end.
Right. But the stupid freaking the ducts that they gave you for that, the prop protectors, they broke so easy. They were garbage. I bought bags. I bought 2 bags of those things, and I would break one like every couple of weeks. But I was crashing pretty hard. So, but the 03, yeah, the 03 version of this is not, yeah, it's, let's see, the 03 version of this thing is, it's pricey. Right there. It's that one, right? I just saw it right here. That's newbie drone. That's $400. That newbie drone, that thing is freaking expensive. There, right there. $400. That's overpriced.
And how much does it weigh? Go down to specs. How much does the thing weigh?
Weight, 80 grams without battery.
Without a battery. This is going to fly like dog shit.
With that 80 grams, and then you stick a battery on it, that's 100
and that's what size prop is on there?
That should be a 2-inch. Let's see. Play prop, receiver, frame, model, weight, motors. Where is
12 amp ESC. There's not much coming to that, is there? Total weight was battery, 99.5 grams.
100 grams.
Battery input, 2S. This is going to fly like the Avata.
Yeah, 40 millimeter. The props are 40 millimeter. They're tiny.
That's 1.6 inches.
Yeah. So, and what you keep talking me into is you go to a 2.5 inch, and none of these are 2.5 inch. These are all, the only one that's 2.5 inch is the Dolly Fly. This one, and that's 4S. Now that thing can do. Yeah, that's still freaking $500.
That's going to outfly your Avata.
Yeah. And
they dropped down for ELRS, so $477 was ELRS.
Yeah, and that's carbon fiber and O3 and yeah. And these rubber things are put on there just for show. You can, the little rubber bumpers so you don't nick up your carbon fiber. But that's a proper. Now that is going to, you can fly the crap out of that. That is going to let you do. It's going to let you recover from your crappy flying. You want to get inverted, and this one's weight is flight weight 249 grams with a what size battery?
So up to 720 milliamp hour.
720.
That's right there, right above body weight.
Right there. Not included. So 720s. I got 700s that I can fly with that. I already got the batteries for that guy. I already got a lot of batteries. I got a bunch of 4S batteries. I got a bunch of those. I got like 4 of them to fly dolly fly, 2.5 inch. So
here's the battery that I think you should fly with. Where's the bullet? That's it. Right here. Boom. Yeah,
those are our line.
750 mAh.
Yeah, those are our line. Those
Our
are
line.
green.
This thing weighs 85 grams. Can we get that on there? What was the dry weight on that thing?
Dry weight. Let's see.
180. Oof.
180, yeah. It says flight weight 249, but that's assuming you have a specific battery.
Yeah, that's what's their battery.
Yeah. I have no idea what the 7.
We can have up to 69 gram battery.
I fly the like I said, I fly the 3-inch diatone 3-inch with the 700s. I think I got them on a deal. I bought them as a pair. And I also have the high voltage, but I think they're too heavy. The 1000s. That would be over that. But all right, we're getting to that point where we gotta get our stream here in control.
Yep.
It's that time. But yeah, I mean, when you talked to me and said, the 2 inches are fun and great, but really what you need to do is you need to go up to 2.5 inch because you're going to still be sub 250. You're going to get better flight performance and you're going to be able to get more from it and be like a Nevada, but not a Nevada. And you're going to be underweight.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to put a module on it. If you're me.
Well.
Oh yeah.
If you fly 107, you still end up with a module. So the
So
weight is really not the issue.
Right. No, it's just about getting it, sub 250. Dolly fly. What kind of sissy name is that? Possible. It's a Chinese name. Everything they do is weird.
Well, before we get going, okay, I'm going to weigh in on Matt's take rant about the Creality K1C 3D printer that was advertised as an all metal extruder, which turned out to be not all metal, which ended up to be an all metal hot end, but not an all metal extruder. And I'm kind of going to play devil's advocate here for a minute. You know it, Chris, that I worked in the translation business for a while.
Uh-huh.
And in the translation business, there is what they call machine translation. And basically what they do, they take a website and they take each page of the website and they break it down to single sentences. And that single sentence gets punched in the computer with no freaking context. It gets punched in the machine, and then the machine translates it pretty much literal. And then you have maybe a guy going over it and trying to make it make somewhat sense. And that's, your majority of your translation work these days. The days where, somebody sat down and looked at the context and read through a whole article and then translated it to make it make sense, they're long gone. Okay. Nowadays, it's Google Translate to the rescue. And the quality is accordingly. So, and what happens when they do, they translate this one sentence once, they have it proofread, and then it goes in a database. And if that exact same sentence shows up again somewhere else, they use that exact same translation. It can be in completely different context and not make any sense whatsoever. It's absolutely mind-boggling what they're doing. And it's part of the reason why I'm no longer in the translating world, because it just get too freaking stupid. We did the company I worked for, we translate all the web pages for Marriott hotels. One of the hotels did one change on their website, the whole website gets sent in to be translated again. And they translate them into 30 freaking languages. And, a lot of stuff stays the way it was, but then, you get a couple of sentences that change the entire context of an article. A lot of times you can't even figure out if it's an article or if it's a description for a picture. Because, when you go on a website and you hover your cursor over a picture and then there's this alternate text that appears.
Right.
It's the same text. If the picture doesn't load, it puts that text down in that area. You don't know if you looking at a picture description or if there's a paragraph written of a special feature in the hotel. It gets quite interesting. I did also technical translation, meaning we translated the maintenance manual for transmissions. Talking about learning machinist lingo in a hurry. So, yeah, we need to be real careful with these automated translation and marketing gimmicks that come out of China.
Well,
because a lot of that stuff just gets punched through a computer and nothing gets proofread, and the biggest wealth of misinformation comes out of that. So anyhow, that was my little rant on the marketing and translation and the bullshit that we have to watch for on these websites. Now, Wachsner got caught was using Shutterstock images for the moonlight.
Yeah, it's sad that that you can't trust anybody. And I knew that's been going on. I mean, if you look at any drone video that's commercially put together or one that's made as clickbait, they're all garbage. It's all fake. It's all fake, man.
Well, you just need to have like one or two flight videos on the cam and use that for every drone you review.
Oh, I've got so much flight video. Holy crap. I've gone back in the can for flight video, but not as new video. I have never pulled it out to go, hey, this is this drone. I've never faked that. I will never do that.
No, I know you wouldn't, but I mean, at the rate we're going with registrations for everything, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, I would say, hey, this is the type of flight footage you could expect, based upon the specs of the camera. There you go. And I could do that. Down there in the corner, I would say this is from a Mavic or an Mavic Air or an Air 3 from 2024. Oh, it's slimy. Yeah, it is slimy.
Well, I mean, we all know the freaking $100 drone that they were advertising was images of a Mavic Pro.
That's used. Yeah, they do that with all kinds of stuff. Yeah, not just the Mavic
So,
Pro. It's garbage. Complete garbage.
all right. Well, you need to go feed
Yep.
Stevio, and then you got to stuff yourself with tacos,
Yeah.
and
Taco
don't
Day.
choke on them. You know,
Taco Day. Here's a frame here, Kai.
you got a frame. You found a frame. You
Another
want to
one.
share it?
Yeah. I'm just throwing a couple out. This is the Pavo 20. Not that we're trying to put we're putting we're putting a Vista in this thing. We're not going to freaking throw in an 03. I just want a 2-inch frame. That's the Pavo with the 2-inch, the two bladed props. That one's 03 ready. It's got the the nice what's the weight there? That's 2S 450 T XT30. Where is the weight on that? The weight doesn't matter. It's freaking empty weight, 54 grams.
Plus
Then
your Vista unit.
then you throw the Vista in there with the camera, and you got the light. You've got the mini, or the right. You got the micro or whatever, the Nebula Nano or whatever. Anyway,
See, here's
that actually is a carbon fiber frame too.
Here's my recommendation.
Oh boy, yeah, I agree. Hey, what's this? Beta FPVs, the Pavo 25.
Mm-hmm. Pavo 25 V2.
Do they have the Pavo
722 F722 flight controller, all-in-one, 35 amp, 1505 motors, 4600 kV, 8 minutes of flight time.
Let's see, 3.5. That's 25. I'm looking at the Pavo 35 here. I was just trying to find one that was at Pyrodrone because Beta FPV. How long does it take them to get stuff in?
There's dealers that have these in the States.
Yeah.
I just went to their website.
Okay. And that one, let's see, that's Beta FPV. I was looking at their site today. Maybe
that's $199.99, and then you put your whatever Vista unit on there.
Yeah, and that's got that's 4S, right?
That's 4S.
Yeah.
2.5 inch. You can even put your DJI 03 unit on this thing.
So you just grab an 03 and you could swap them out. You can find it when those things get fire sailed, because they're going to sell them for what a Moonlight camera is. They're going to drop the price to $188. You know the freaking DJI freaking tricks that they'll pull. Here's the Pavo 25 at Get FPV.
That's the Pavo 25. That's not the V2. There's a V2 version.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The V2 is better in this one.
What you're looking at is the analog.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the plastic and the colors and stuff. Yeah, I was just looking at. Yeah, this doesn't have the version 2. We want the version 2. They did I forget what they did to it, but they made it better. Yeah, we want the V2. Yeah, why don't I have Beta FPV freaking set up here? Just had it right there. And they have the V2, Pavo 20, Pavo 25, V2 right there. That's how you looked it up. What'd you say, 199? This one's 229.
Was a TBS receiver.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yep, that's it. That would be fun. Eight-minute flight time. That's nice. Nice little 8-minute flight time with the. That's That's a F7 722 35 amp. So it's got freaking power. Where's the battery? It's a XT30, so I can fly all my 4S batteries.
Yep.
And Kai assures me that I could figure out this assembly process.
This is simple.
Looks a little 2.5-inch beast, and they're talking my language. All righty, man.
Here's one. Heli Direct has it for $189.99.
Ooh. Put the link in there. Let's see. I heard a new thumb mention. I'll have it. Had to take a look at it. Yes, the new thumb. Well, it's not really that new. It's about a couple months old. It's maybe a month old.
I'll send you a link in the private chat.
Who makes the thumb again?
Runcam.
Runcam thumb. Yeah.
It's been around for a while, and then they come out with a pro version of it.
Yeah, and I would get the pro version because it's got the pro. That's the pro, isn't it? That's that Rotor Riot.
Yeah.
V2 Pro, $100, and you just gotta balance lead, power it up, and you do have to use your phone. You have to do, that's the only wonky thing you have to do but once you get the settings that you want, you're not going to change those. You're just going to set it up so it takes, 4K, and make sure it's not stabilized so you can get all the GP or the gyro data so you can put it through. 4K HD V2. Let's see. Does it say 4K 30? Yeah, it's 4K 30. So that'd be the only thing that a lot of people would, if you wanted 60 FPS, you have to go to the 2.7K setting. I saw the footage in 4K. It was pretty good. It just depends on how fast you fly it. If you get the goofy frame rates, sometimes that can affect it. But anyway, yeah, it's a good option to just get. If you're going to fly without an 03 to get, acceptable footage if you're just wanting to throw up some footage every once in a while. So for somebody like me, it would be fine. And if it's lighter than the Action 2, and really, if you want good footage, you got to go there. You got to bite the bullet and go find yourself an Action 2. Spend the $200.
If you wouldn't have sold yours, I mean,
I know. I sell the Action 2 and I keep this. I'll tell you
we're not going to comment that.
I'll tell you right now, though, this camera here is absolutely amazing. So I love the new Pocket. It is freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. That's all I'm going to say. All right. I'm out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Let's put a stick of fork in this thing.
Yeah. If you haven't done yet, please hit the thumbs up on the way out, please. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And if you're new to the channel, freaking subscribe here. Come on, guys. Let's go. I mean, we get like 2 or 3 new guys coming through here, like every stream. We should be like, ching, 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 ching. This should be freaking averaging up. So tell these knuckleheads that
I'm at 255 and holding.
Yeah, we shouldn't be holding.
Hey, at least I'm not losing.
Yeah.
At least YouTube ain't taking shit away again.
Yeah. Well, hey, when I'm gonna hit 10,000 this freaking summer, and you might never see me ever again. Because I'll hit my goal forever. And I might even go and do a summer YouTube
free summer.
Yeah, well, no, I might tell the summer. I'm just gonna say, hey, get me to 10,000. I promise I'll close my channel forever, and then you guys can get rid of me. To try to get people to freaking sign up just to see if I'll quit. That would be a good, think about that. That's a good challenge, you know. Get rid of Dad Random. You want to get rid of me? Freaking subscribe to my channel. Get me to 10 grand and I'll make all of my my dreams, my YouTube dreams come true. Okay. But
no, once we got you to 10, then we need to get you to 100 so you get the silver flat.
No, 10 is a good spot to be. If I get there, man, you know, when I started this thing, I was at like 50. I remember getting my first 100. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so hard. And it takes a lot of time, but
No, I need to find out what the weather's doing this weekend because I'm supposed to be going flying this weekend.
oh, the weather's awesome. Oh my Lord. But it's supposed to rain. We got rain coming through again. So today, tomorrow, Wednesday, we got rain coming. So you guys are going to get rain this weekend, possibly. Yep, there's rain coming. Uh-oh, feed Steve. All right, I got to go. Steve,
Saturday, mostly sunny, 24% chance of rain. That's
okay. I got to go.
All right.
Yep.
Everybody,
9 minutes
for
I got
hanging out with us.
Yeah, I got this message 9 minutes ago, and I didn't get any notification. That sucks.
We'll do it again next week, same place, same time. Any more wisdom?
Nope.
No. All right. See y'all later.